EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Indianapolis Colts. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports.
Ready. Ultra. Go Ultra. Cut.
Here's the rookie out of Rutgers, Isaiah Pacheco. And he's got some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one good for 33 and a first. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, pushes it over, and the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one, because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Pickett escaping the pressure right. This is caught by Evans. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's good, hard running right there on 1st and goal. That gets them down to the 2 and puts a lot more pressure on that defense.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Pierce is in. Touchdown, Chiefs. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Now the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader."
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Check back.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 44 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, just like last play.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. He'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Colts are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A well-executed 22-yard gain. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throw caught by Raymond. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Ultra. Check you.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. On play action, they'll throw, eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jermaine Johnson in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Pickett now on first down. He'll look downfield for Waller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Darren Waller, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. He dumps this one off to Jackson, the running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards there for number 15. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Okay, ready?
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Edwards-Helaire. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to throw, Pickett. That is incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Pickett. That is caught by Williams for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
Here we go. Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Throw, 52.
Now back to throw. And this one too low.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes the thing.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. J.J. Watt that time able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
After the sack on 1st down, Pickett. And incomplete on the deep ball.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Pickett will look to throw it here. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
A pretty good looking run there on 1st down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 33. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Kenny Pickett, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Chiefs continue to pull away here in this first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. 2nd down and goal. Pickett toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now Pickett. And it'll be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Colts are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bit a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them, because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
Complete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Edwards-Helaire as they run out of the gun. And some room to roam now. And he will finally be taken down, but not before he gets it to the Colts 33. 71 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan.
And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Darren Waller, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Raymond bringing it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. Third and long coming up. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The Colts send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
Oh, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
Let's go.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. 81 yards rushing here for Edwards-Helaire. It's a first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Here's Edwards-Helaire. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as the tackle made here at the 36.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. Pickett to throw on first down. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, wide open, complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mike Williams, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Chiefs are pouring it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
Here we go.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
It's a loss of 2, now third down. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, gritty yards for you when necessary.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
Khalif Raymond on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
On the set.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Ready.
2nd down at 4. They'll set up a throw. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. They'll look to throw here. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 101 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Colts. Robert Tunyon. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Colts are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Ready, break.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Darrell Taylor got in there to drop him. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 17. And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Tackle made that time by Vita Vea. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a...
Well, it's intercepted. They got Pickett for the 3rd time in this game. It's J.J. Watt, and he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Edwards-Helaire. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And I think the Chiefs have it. They do.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll set up to throw. This one complete to Tunyon underneath. 7 yards there and a first down. Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. Up front 7, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats, and maybe some backups can get in and get a sack as well.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. Well, the lopsided affair finally coming to an end, and really no shortage of big plays for us to examine, partner, on offense or on defense for this team. They were so well-rounded in this.